What's up? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the No Nonsense live stream. Hello. What is up? I just did a live stream on Facebook. Now I figured, what the fuck? I'll get over here and do a nice little live stream on the old YouTube. I haven't done a no nonsense live stream according to my thing in 5 months. I need to start getting back into it, man, and just come up here and maybe people watch, maybe people don't. But I've realized that if you have a body of work and you put stuff out there, eventually people start to see stuff. You can't always just put stuff out and expect people to start watching right away. And I did that. Excuse me. I just got over being sick. I used to do that when I first started on YouTube. I was like, okay, I just started. I got to have like a nice video to put on here and see who's all going to be watching and stuff like that. And then I put it up and be like, how many views did I get? How many this and that and the other thing? And I used to do that so much that I just realized, you know what? If you want to do videos on YouTube or whatever, the best way to do stuff is to always do stuff for you and fuck everyone else. Do it because you want to first, whatever that looks like. And then if people get on board and they actually want to watch things, then so be it. They'll get on board, because if you put out videos or content or whatever, and you're doing it for other people, yeah, you might get the social points. Yeah, you might get people be like, oh, I like that. It's pretty good. But it won't last. Then you're catering to crowds, and then you're catering to other people. So I've learned that I just do stuff because I want to do it. Like, I wanted to do this live stream because I had an interesting night. I'm eating M&Ms, if you're wondering. Good old Christmas M&Ms. So awesome. It's like the only time of year that this tastes good is at Christmas. Red and green. Awesomeness. Make these videos, live streams, whatever it is you do, whether you're on YouTube or not, and do it because it's what you want to do. Because if you're doing something you willingly want to do, then other people eventually get on board. People that see your stuff are going to be like, you know what? I like what that person's saying, or like those videos they're making, or this, that, and the other. And then you'll eventually make an organic, I hate that fucking word, an organic audience that actually get into your shit and start to support you, and you can grow from there. I remember when I first started my YouTube channel, like I had a spot, and this is true because I wanted to do this. I wanted to do my collecting stuff, and I made it. It's called Collector's Core. It's a section on there with a bunch of videos. But there's always this part of my head, part of my brain, that would see people that would do reviews and like, videos on toys and all this shit, and would show what they bought. There was this part of me that's like, God, it is so fucking stupid. But in a business sense, there's a market for that stuff. People want to watch it for some reason. So if I wanted to make a channel that was just strictly review stuff, toys, all that crap, collecting, yeah, I could have did it. I could have did it. I could have just 100%. I could have called my channel Collector's Core and been that way and just stuck with it. But see, the thing is, with me, that's just a part of me. It's like one of my hobbies, but it's not my life. It's just a hobby. That's why I thought my idea of a YouTube channel is to have sections with various things, because it's a channel, right? So if you were to go back to old school television and switch channels, what did a channel have on it? It had programming. It had different shows. It had daytime talk, nighttime talk, soap operas, comedy movies, all this shit. So for me, I wanted my channel to be multiple shit. You got Collector's Core. I do these live streams where I haven't done one on YouTube. I've been doing them on Facebook. If you go to my Facebook, facebook.com/TWOYaga, you can see all my live streams I've been doing the last 5 months. Some interesting conversations with myself. But that I've been doing these live streams, and then before it was like making videos like, oh, I had my top 10 this, oh, I wanted nostalgic moments, which I thought was cool because, I grew up in the 80s and 90s. And I'm like, dude, I love the 80s and 90s. So let's talk about nostalgic moments from back then. And all this shit. But a channel to me is multiple things that you can be interested in. Now I talk like truth, honesty, and having an open mind. Because I go down some rabbit holes. And when you go down certain rabbit holes on the internet, man, you'd be amazed at what you find. There is some crazy shit going on in this world. I'm not talking about politics or anything like that, because that's just a distraction. That stuff is to keep you looking over here, while over here, everybody else is doing some crazy shit. The real stuff's going on behind the curtain. It's like, pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Wizard of Oz type shit. Because they got like this big show over here, all these lights and spectacles. But then behind the scenes, they're really doing some stuff that, gets you crazy. So, M&M's, man. In other words, I'm trying to say is be true to yourself. If you're on the internet and you're making videos, do whatever the fuck you want. Don't do it for other people. Do it for you first. And then other people, if they like what you're doing and it's good, they'll gravitate towards you. Whether that's a fucking toy review, just sitting here giving your opinion on things. I mean, this is old news. I mean, YouTube for over a decade, there've been people on here that have built their fucking livelihood talking opinions into cameras. I'll be honest, when I started YouTube, technically I started YouTube back in 2011 when I was doing some live sketch comedy with me and my buddies. But, we stopped. And then years later, I'm like, I want to talk into a camera and give people my ideas and opinions. And I still do. But the thing is, I come armed with knowledge. Not just an opinion, but I have an argument to go with my opinion. And if I don't know about something, I'll look into it. I remember I got challenged once because I didn't know what to talk about when I first started my live streams. I had somebody go, like, did you see the male birth control? I go, male birth control? And then I went and looked it up. It's like male birth control this dude can take. And I'm like, wow, that's fucked up. I did a whole video on that. I think it's on here somewhere. Male birth control, one of my no-nonsense. It's been so long. So I was doing these a lot at the beginning of the year, and then I just stopped because I'm not being true to myself. Be true to yourself, folks. Don't ever bend for other people. Don't be a dick. Like, don't walk around just being an asshole, but don't fold for people when you don't have to, just to get them to like you. Just don't do it. It's because nobody will respect you. You'll be an actual doormat, and people will tell you to go fuck yourself. Real people that matter. Not the internet, social media, stupid people that oh God, don't matter. Sorry. I have been sick for like 11 days, and it's just like a lingering cough now. It fucking sucks. Like, it just doesn't want to go away. Oh, excuse me. That's all those M&Ms. But I tell you, when you're sick, yeah, and you want to just say fuck the world because you like how you feel, like, and you just don't look at people with love and compassion anymore. You look at them with disdain and like just kind of a gross feeling, like I was when I was sick. That's when you know your health is important, because I have a pretty good amount of empathy and stuff and sympathy for people. But for me, when I get sick, I throw all that out the fucking window. That just goes away because my mind is like, fuck you, fuck what you want, because how I feel physically, it's not fun, man. Oh trying to fuck with her. You fuck with somebody. But yeah. Sometimes sometimes you have to have a problem to get to the next level of existence. Everything can't always be rainbows and sunshine and hunky-dory. Some shit's got to get had out to come out stronger on the other end. And maybe I'm wrong in this situation. Maybe. I'll be the first to admit if I'm wrong about something. I don't like being right. And I hate that shit. You know what I mean? It's got to be right, Matt. I'm like, no. You just don't like what I hear. What I say. I'm wrong, and I'll apologize. But what I won't bend to is somebody trying to tell me the argument about like words being offensive, you know? I don't believe in bad language. You know, people are like, oh, you shouldn't curse. Like, the only thing that bad language does is aesthetically fucks with you. But if you get offended by like a word or something, there's something deeper with you, man, that needs to be addressed. Something that needs to go and be looked at from your like soul searching kind of shit. Because it's got nothing to do with what the person said. I am offended by that word. Why? And every time I ask people why, they're like, it's just offensive. There's no fucking argument. There's nothing behind it. It's just bleh. And I shut the fucking people down because I give people the benefit of the doubt. Give me an argument rather than just say it's offensive. Why? It's not the right thing to say. I'm like, give me some reasons. I'm all ears. Change my mind. It's all bullshit. It's a bunch of hot air people who sit back and have this fucking offended by things. Very small group of people. But that small group of people just so happens to have a lot of money and influence. So it's like, it's like, say you hate the boss's son, but he's the boss's son. He's got the money and influence, but he's a fucking cock. It's kind of like that, but in a societal level. There's like a small group of people that are very loud and want stuff a certain way and don't accept reality. So they're trying to make everybody else's life miserable. That's really it. It's that simple. Who are these people, you might say? I'm like, all the people that say they're offended. The people that say that are trying to ban, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Those people. And I don't even think those people are doing it. I think people just write about it to see how people react. Like, it's almost a parody of itself now. It's like not even reality, really. It's more or less like just such nonsense. And people buy into it, too. It's fucking crazy to me. Rudolph. Yeah, it is about a fucking reindeer getting picked on. But in the end, he triumphs. He shows all those motherfuckers, which is one of the things I love doing in life, is I love proving people wrong to this day. Say what you want. Say those arrogance and pride. I'm like, well, you know what? What gets done in this world without pride? Somebody sat back at one time and was like, you know what? Fuck this. We need a bridge. And then they built a bridge. You can't just sit back your whole life and just, I accept everything as it is and I'm just going to coast through. Sometimes you got to get off your fucking ass. You need to do some shit. You need to make shit happen. You can pray all you want. God's not going to do it for you if you're a religious person. You need to get off your fucking ass and make it happen. And a little bit of that is luck, and a lot of it's, some of it's probably God too, if you're just the right place, right time. But, just sitting back going, I hope everything works out. No. You need to do shit. You want to be rich and famous? Make it happen. You want everybody to look at you? All right. You're going to have to pay the price. The price of fame and fortune seems like it's not even worth it. It just doesn't to me. And I don't have it. I don't have any fame. I don't have any fortune. It doesn't even seem appealing to me. It seems more like how many dicks would I have to suck to get to that point. It would be a lot, and I'm not gay. And I'm not willing to climb that ladder to get there. Not willing to play ball. Nope. I have my own set of principles. I don't care if I die alone and penniless. It's living the life I want to live for me, which is more on the spiritual fulfilling end than it is the how much stuff can I accumulate, money in the bank kind of life, which everybody seems to be obsessed about. And then everybody wonders why everybody's miserable and on drugs. I was like, oh, I don't know. Because you're trying to achieve enlightenment through everything else but internal peace. Seems like it has something to do with it. Well, call me crazy. I'm not crazy. I'm a sane man in a crazy world. That's my new slogan. Because I'm tired of being called crazy. No, I'm not. Saying little boys have periods too and teaching that in the UK, that's crazy. Okay? That's insane. That's fucking batshit crazy. That's lunacy. That's straight jacket 19 One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest dirty shit. No, normal though, right? Uh-huh. They're coming for you, man. They're coming for all of our lives. All you got to do is stand up and say no. I think the majority of people are smart and just like, no. You tell this small group of people, just because they have a little bit of money and power, have some balls, have integrity, and have some principles, and stand up and say, no, this isn't all right. And then they'll go, oh, and then nothing. What are you going to do? People are so worried about, oh, what do people think about me? Don't they like me on my social media? Social media fucking destroyed us beyond belief. It took what remaining fucking men there were, and it just turned them into a bunch of pussies and let women run amok. It really did. And I'm not even all about manly shit all the time. Like, I'm not a guy who's like, oh, let's go chop wood and shit. But, I balance. I think if you achieve a road to like enlightenment, you balance out your masculine and feminine sides. It shouldn't be more than, it should be 51-49. As long as I'm more masculine than feminine, I'm still a straight dude, but I can be sensitive, I can be empathetic and shit. But also, I don't take bullshit nonsense, and I say no, and I don't cower in fear over what another person might think of me. I don't anymore. You might, whether you're a man or a woman. If you're a man, you're a bitch. And if you're a woman doing that, then you haven't found a man to balance you out yet. A good man that would balance you out and show you that, when that's necessary and when it's not. Rather, because it's not necessary all the time. Just like being aggressive is not necessary all the time. You don't have to go around the day and age of the Vikings where we just destroyed shit and fucking, came into this world and started dominating shit. Like, those days are over. Now it's kind of like, everybody can be free and start a profile and we're all good. Fuck. I fucked up the... Come on. There it is. Fucked up the camera. Anyway, I don't know what I'm talking about. 2 live streams now. I think I'm going to go watch Owen Benjamin's live stream because, I don't have any peace and quiet in this fucking house. It's 11:15 at night, Central Standard Time, and I got a crying kid in the other room. It's wonderful. A great way to live. I'm not alone, that's for sure. Anyway, you can never be alone. And protect children, folks, in the sense of boys don't have periods. I'm sorry, they don't. That's fucking loony. They don't. And they're teaching that in the UK. Don't believe me? Go research that shit. Don't take my fucking word for it. I just know this stuff because I see things happen on the internet that don't get reported on your regular news and shit. And some things that people are no fucking idea because they're too busy going out and consuming the world with all their shit. They're going out to eat and they're buying shit left and right, gizmos and gadgets and dumb shit to keep them away from what's really going on. George Carlin said it best. He said, Americans have been bought off by gizmos and gadgets, you know, and he's right. And social media sucks. This thing that was supposed to bring us all together, I'm like, wow, dude, if it didn't drive a bigger wedge between us all, you know, because somebody puts an opinion online and now they're like, I can't talk to you anymore. It's like, all right. Or, you know, people used to be in person and can at least have a conversation and maybe you disagree with what I say, but we can still be cool. Nope. Fuck that. I want nothing to do with you. Stay out of my life. It's like, okay, fine. If that's how people feel about me, I mean, I'm not saying I've had this happen, but like, if that were to happen, fuck you then. You know? Like, if that's how you're reacting to something I either said or did, that's not even a big deal. It says more about you than it does me. So, yeah, fuck you. I don't need you in my life. Fuck you. And I recommend that to anybody who is not a liar and lives an honest, open life. If you have people like that, they try to make you feel bad for something you say or did. I mean, you know, unless you're like intentionally being a dick, you know, apologize. But if you're just saying something for the sake of conversation and they're trying to make you feel like you should be doing something about it or saying you're sorry, it's like, no, that's wrong. You don't get silenced that way, folks. And if you sit there and you take it and just sit back and be a little bitch, man, nobody's going to respect you. Deep down instincts, males and females, women know that about guys. Like, women like assholes, not for the sake because they're being a dick, but confidence is different than arrogance and narcissism, which is just thrown out there, which is getting totally skewed for being a confident person speaking their mind and not taking bullshit. Like me, not arrogant by any means. I'm just a fucking dude. But I don't take somebody telling me how I should feel or I should feel a certain way about something. No, I shouldn't. I feel the way I feel about things is how I feel about them. You don't get to tell me how I feel. Just like I don't get to tell you how you get to feel. You don't get that right. You don't get the right to tell me how I feel. And I don't feel much. I'm pretty calm, collected, dude. I don't usually get angry anymore. I used to have a temper. I used to react to fucking everything until I started to realize, man, like there's just some shit it's not worth your energy. But then there's some things that are when people tell me, you should, you know, what you did is offensive and wrong. Go fuck yourself. No, it's not. To one person. So because that one person doesn't like it, I got to change my entire fucking thought process to cater to them? No. You don't cater to other people's feelings. That's the problem with this world. Everybody's catering to feelings. And this is why we as a society are crumbling. There's no strong men. Women have run amok. And there's only two genders. I don't care. Hate me. You got a trans kid, like, well, and if you have that, then you're part of the problem. I don't care. You're probably not watching. I don't care. It's not. I might be alone in my opinion, but at least I'm not bullshitting, and I don't pretend to like it. I mean, that's honest, man. If you can't live an honest life, I don't know what the fuck you're doing here. Kill yourself. Seriously. If you can't live an honest life, an open life, you're going to tell me I should feel a certain way to cater to somebody else's feelings? Fuck that. That person needs to work on their own shit. Just like I've worked on my own fucking things. I could take things that are said about me. You collect action figures? Yeah. it's pretty lame. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I look at it and go, dude, you're so fucking gay. But that's offensive because gay is supposed to mean like, a person who, sleeps with men, another man sodomizing another fella. But in reality, gay just means it's dumb. It's like saying retarded. It just means it's dumb. Okay, yeah, collecting action figures from an outside perspective, if you don't do it, looks pretty stupid. And that's the way I feel about people who are really into sports. I look at that and I go, man, that's really stupid. But then they look at me and go, he collects action figures. That's fucking dumb. Yeah, it is. It's dumb in your eyes, the way you look at me, and then the way I look at sports is the same way they look at me collecting action figures. But it's my hobby. It's what brings me joy. I always encourage people to do what brings them joy. Because fuck other people. Fuck what other people think of what you do for fun. Like, yeah, even those people can say fuck me for thinking sports sucks. They can. They have the right. You go ahead, say that to me. They're right. Fuck me for thinking that. They like it. Who am I to say not to like it? I'm saying I don't like it, but I don't have to be around it. Just like they don't collect action figures or need to understand it. Just like I don't need to understand that, but I can accept that. I understand that brings them some kind of joy. And you know what? Life's too short to care. And I don't care enough about it. And they don't make it a part of my life that I need to address it in any way that it's a problem. You know what I mean? Like I was told today by a friend that said, I got annoyed by you talking about your action figures because I got excited when I went out and I found like a whole bunch. And to me, that was exciting. And they were annoyed. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, let me hear your fucking things when you tell me the next time you do that, I'll be sure to be annoyed by your shit that brings you happiness and joy. Want me to knock it too? Because I can do that. I can be a dick if I really want to be. But it's like, the fuck cares? Like, why does that annoy you? Like, it has nothing to do with you. That tells me that there's a deep-seated, rooted problem. And it's called, oh, that's right, control. You have no control. Nobody has control. It's an illusion, okay? But people like to think they fucking have it, especially people who find that, words are offensive. They want to control you. You don't get to control me. I will do whatever the fuck I want and say what I want. And that's what pisses people off. There is no control over that. As much as you want there to be control, there isn't. It may annoy you if I collect action figures. That's your problem. It's not mine. Just like I get annoyed with the sports people again. That's my problem. They got nothing to do with them. They think they care what I think about them? They don't give a shit. The football game's on. So the point is, if you have a problem with any of that shit that I just talked about, the problem lies within you. And you better figure it out. And and if you're willing to do it, good for you, because trust me, if you can figure that out, your life will be great. It'll be calm. It'll be meaningful. It'll have serenity, a sense of peace that you just can't get when you are living in this nonsense bullshit world. Trust me on this. I know what I'm talking about. This I do know about. This I'm right about. This is one thing I will stand by and say, I know I'm right about this. So when you hone in on your own shit and take responsibility and work on your own fucking demons, it makes the world much more tolerable to live in. Because the world's not the problem. You are. I am. The way I look at things is the problem, folks. So, it's just disappointing that sometimes you think people are on your level. They're not. They're not there yet. But they are. They're getting there. People disappoint you in life, folks. They will disappoint you. So don't have any expectations on others. The best you can do is work on how you navigate this world. Because nobody's going to act and be exactly the way you picture them in your head. And if you think that, then that's control, and you're going to be disappointed, and you're going to be miserable. And it's going to fuck with you. It's going to take away from your journey in life. Trust me on this. I know what I'm talking about. I'm going to get out of here. There's another 30-minute live stream. You guys can get me on Facebook at facebook.com/TWO Yaga, 2 Yaga. Here on YouTube, The Word of Yaga. Maybe I'll make a video. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll make another live stream. But hey, I had one person show up. That was great. I don't care because I do this for me. Like I said, do these videos. If you're just getting into this stuff, fuck doing it for the social liking. Do it because you want to do it. And when you want to do something, it's fun and it's great, whether you get paid or not. If you get paid, yeah, I get it. There's always an incentive for something. If somebody gave me a fucking, they're like, I want to give you $5,000, man, to make a video, I'd be like, okay. Like, I would go to work. Wouldn't have to think twice about it. But when you're doing stuff that you passionately love and you just want to do it, it's so much more fulfilling. I hope everybody can figure that out. You know, I hope people find what they're looking for. I really do. I don't just say that. I just know there's so much nonsense, and it's complex in life, but there's so, if you keep it less is more, it really makes sense if you apply concepts and stuff. And that'll be another video. I'll get into like concepts of life that you can apply that give you some decent principles to live on. But all right, like, share, comment, subscribe. Yeah, see if I can get to 1,000 subscribers this year, and then I can start doing super chats. That would be cool. And you guys can pay me if you want to say things or do stuff, because yeah, whatever. I'll be your dancing monkey. Like entertainment. All right, I'm out of here, guys. Have a great